I'm gonna be honest with you. The second to last, the last match was like a little bit less than the San Juan street fight,
Yeah.
and this one was even a little bit less than that, in my opinion. Here's why. I think it relied very heavily on the blood.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to say until it hit the blood, I was going to say it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
And not because both wrestlers aren't good, because they are, not because both wrestlers didn't have the attention of the crowd, because they did. It didn't feel, the stakes didn't feel big enough. But when Brock got busted open, all of a sudden it felt like, oh shit, the beast bleeds. Like, this could be something. And then when he got the armbar or the omoplata, I forget what he got on.
Shit, what's it called? The Khmer clutch or the Khmer lock or whatever it's called.
Right. When he locked that on Cody, I was like, oh shit, how's he gonna get out? Now I thought it was a clever pin. I mean, it's a little ridiculous.
And I'm also like, I don't like surprise roll-ups at all. I think it's a stupid way to end like a match, but at the same time, like, I mean, if you don't want Brock to look weak, although I guess he doesn't look weak, kind of looks stupid. But I mean,
yeah, because he could have just released the hold and he would have kicked out. But then also, I like how they basically said, "Look, we're gonna put Cody over, but we're not gonna make Brock look weak." And sorry about that, but I think that I think it was a good decision in terms of, okay, how many, how does Cody win this? Right? They're like, okay, he could, he can hit a special, he could do it 3 times, or we can have Brock really in a very strong position and have Cody take advantage of it, kind of like, and I don't know why it's happening today, but this will be my second Bret Hart reference, but it'd be kind of like when Bret Hart wrestled Mr. Perfect. I believe it was SummerSlam like 93 or something. And Mr. Perfect had him in a $1 Million Dream or sleeper hold or something like that. And Bret ran to the turnbuckle, bounced off the 2 turnbuckles, and rolled up on Mr. Perfect. Now, mind you, just like this instance, if Mr. Perfect releases the lock, then he can kick out. But just like Brock Lesnar, Mr. Perfect held the lock and ended up losing that match in that fashion. No, it was Roddy Piper. It was Roddy Piper. He beat
because him and Mr. Perfect are exactly the same.
No, I was getting confused because I remember Mr. Perfect had the singlet down and Bret beat him with the sharpshooter in the middle of the ring. Also, every time he would kick the hamstring of Mr. Perfect and he was near the ropes, he would twirl around the entire way. But that was the Mr. Perfect one. But who was the other guy? Said
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper was the roll up because Roddy Piper had him in a sleeper hold, and he rolled up Piper. And I remember that because it was face versus face. But Roddy threw an uppercut somewhere in the opening part of the match, and then after that, both men started scrapping, which I thought was pretty cool.
So like we were saying,
Rowdy, by the way.
Yeah, like we were saying, until the blood hit, it was kind of meh, and then when it did get some blood in it, it upped the stakes a little bit.
Yeah, big time. It made
because you weren't expecting it because they don't do blood anymore.
Yeah, it was.
Again,
but then
I think
yeah, go for it. No, you.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, like I like I was saying before, like this was a step down from the from both the it's like if the tag team match was a step down from the San Juan match, this is a step down from that. So I'm thinking like maybe a 3.5 on that one.
I would say that's fair, but I would also say they did a good job in that the work was fine, but
and
just the positioning on the card. Look, everywhere else that's a main event and there's no argument. It's because the San Juan street fight was such a damn spectacle. That's the only reason why it's like, well, in this case, yeah, so that should have been the main event.
Yeah, like it's kind of like everything else, everything after it suffered in comparison.
Yeah,